we're at a point that we're going to have to make a decision, and we're going to have to be an expedited decision, because we're at a critical point right now in the funding of our highways. And it affects everybody. It affects everybody's livelihoods, it affects jobs, it affects the safety of the motoring public, and we need to move forward on this bill.
Senator Liva, I appreciate you bringing this forward. I know it's not always easy to talk about solutions, because there's not a lot of easy ones out there. If there were, we would have figured this out long before you and I bumped our head and decided to get into this building. But
Yeah.
but I know it's I know there will be a lot of people here that will help you, and I would remind all those people that, to your points and your opening comments, that this is really a small part of the fix. The larger piece is still looming out there, and so your desire to at least try to find enough to match the federal funds, I think, is what everybody should understand. And as we go forward, this conversation is going to continue. But I just appreciate your leadership in bringing this bill forward. Yes,
and I also think it's important. Well, I was going to say this to close, but I'll come up with something else between now and then. But I would like to mention that I'm not trying to increase the size of the Missouri Department of Transportation. These are monies that I feel really good, what the department's done in the last few years of making their department more efficient, cutting overhead, and we can talk about that in a little bit with some other folks. So I think we need to move forward. All the departments up here, when they're in my office or I'm having an opportunity to talk to them, they all realize and understand that, as far as I'm concerned, there's a lot of business people on not only in this committee but in the Senate, and we expect our departments to be ran like a business, and that is to manage their overhead as best as possible, to deliver the kind of services that Missourians need and expect with their tax dollars. With that, Mr. Chairman, just anyone that's here for the support of this bill can come forward, as far as I'm concerned.
We are in favor of this Senate Bill 540, and we right now on a weekly basis we pay $3,000 in federal and state motor and fuel on a weekly basis with a fleet of 30 trucks. So we are be more than happy to pay more to fix our roads correctly. So we are definitely in favor of it.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Brian Bunn, representing the Missouri Chamber of Commerce and Industry. We'd like to go on record in support of the bill. We rolled out our Missouri 2030 agenda a few weeks ago. There's 4 drivers that will kind of be shaping our agenda for the next 15 years. One of those is dealing with our problem with infrastructure. It's vital to the business community in terms of safety and efficiency. We do have a few issues with the bill, like the indexing, as the previous witness alluded to, and like what Senator Kehoe alluded to. We're looking for a more comprehensive fix moving on down the road. However, we can't ignore the fact that there's a problem right now, and we feel this bill addresses that problem. I'll be happy to take any questions.